You're listening to the OMG Hour.
Welcome, everybody. It is episode number 356 of the OMG Hour. It's January 24th of the future of 2020. And of course, I am Sean Evans, otherwise known as Zion Tane.
And I am Tycko, Mr. Second Place.
Yeah, it's still the future, man.
Still the future.
Still the future.
Feels weird.
Guess what I did this week, Tycko?
All right, wait, let me guess. Games?
Yes, I actually played some video games. So, a few things, actually. I finished Star Wars,
Yes.
Jedi Fallen Order.
I've heard of the Star Wars you speak of.
Yeah, it was your game of the year last year. Remember that? But way back in the past, in 2019.
All the way back in the past, yes.
So, yeah, finished the story, continued playing a little bit, got a few more. I'm trying to find all of the collections. I finished the terrarium thing, so I'm waiting for them to grow up and get the achievement to have a fully grown terrarium.
Nice.
I found all the seeds, and I have like 3 chests left to find on Zepho. Zepho is like I'm telling you right now, Zepho is the worst map. The worst. It is so freaking easy to get lost on Zepho. It's not even funny.
I almost didn't want to go back after my first time there because I did get so lost. I'm like, I just want to get back to my ship.
Right,
I just want to get back to my ship. And I'm like,
well, because they've got that underground cave that kind of connects everything. And it's like, well, which lift do I have to take? And then there's 2, I think there's 2 tombs on Zepho. And I'm like, I can't even figure out how to get back to the second one because that's where I'm missing the 3 chests to finish. Yeah. Right? Everything else is done. I've completed every other planet 100%. I have 3 chests left to find, and they're in like one of the tombs on Zepho, and I cannot for the life of me figure out how to get back to it.
Yeah, and there is absolutely zero reason to not have a fast travel system.
I agree. Especially after you finish playing the game.
Yeah, like activate those meditation points as a fast travel system.
Yep.
Yeah. Like there's no reason to not have that implemented.
Yeah. Oh, and I finished every force power. I've got that achievement. I've got I looked at the achievement list and I'm 70% complete all the achievements. So I think that's pretty good for that game. There's several achievements that I could probably get it, but it's just basically it's
grindy stuff.
It's grindy. It's farming stuff. It's just dodge 100 times. Whatever. I'm not going to spend the next week trying to get these meaningless achievements that's like cut the tongue off an Ogdo. It's like,
no, that one's actually fun.
Yeah, but I can't seem to do it. I've tried. I cannot figure out what the trick is behind that.
You have the force pull now?
First pull, yeah.
So you basically, when you get to him, you force pull, it pulls his tongue.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's that simple?
That's just so you force pull his tongue and then you basically hold it there with the force and
I thought because he sticks his tongue out at you, I thought you had to force freeze him and try to cut it.
No, it's just a force pull, yank his tongue out of his mouth and chop it off.
All right. Well, I know where there's a big Ogdo to get, so I'll go do that. Okay, I didn't realize that was so easy. But all the others are like, parry 100 times, dodge 50 times. Like, whatever.
I've gotten most of those. I'm actually just looking up right now to see which ones I still.
Well, while you're doing that, I want to talk about a game that I was recommended by our good friend JJ Mahoney. And one of his favorite games from last year was the Outer Wilds, or Outer Wilds, not the Outer Wilds. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll check it out. I really didn't know anything about this game at all, and it's on Game Pass. I think Outer Wilds kind of came with zero fanfare.
It was one of those ones that just dropped, and it's like it's here. Outer Wilds coming out today on Game Pass,
and what is it? I don't even know. Like, so Outer Wilds it's an odd game. It's actually fun, but it's really odd in the sense that you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing. Your character, you're an alien in an alien system. And you wake up, you're sort of at a camp, and that's how the game starts. You just wake up, staring at the sky, and you just go. You talk to people, and there's zero hand holding in this game. And you're trying to figure out what the game's about. And the fun thing about this game that you just learn by playing, and I really don't think this is a spoiler because this is really what the game's all about. After X number of minutes, and I don't know if it's maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes real time, all of a sudden the sun in your system goes supernova and you die. And then next thing you know, you wake up again right where the game started, and you're the only one who remembers it.
Okay, so it's a Groundhog Day.
It's sort of a Groundhog Day, and you are trying to, I guess really the mystery is trying to figure out why this is happening, but you're not being led anywhere. There's no missions, there's no objectives, but anything you learn in each play, you basically retain all that knowledge. It's all in your ship's log, the stuff you've discovered, the places you've been. As you learn different things, there's a ship's log that outlines, this is the stuff here's the rumors you've heard by talking to people. And you get in this ship, and you literally just fly sort of No Man's Sky style, although a little more like actually piloting like a lunar lander. It's not like it's not an airplane style spaceship. You're like on a lunar lander type thing where you have thrusters top, bottom, left, right, and forward, back, right? So you have to maneuver this lander using all 6 axes. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. You have a thruster pack where you can kind of do double jumps, and what's neat is each of the moons and planets, whatever you visit, has different gravity. So for those watching the video, you can see this one has a 0.6 gravity. So if I jump, I could actually jump pretty high and kind of fly through space. And then in this particular planet we're looking at, there's sort of another smaller planet orbiting it. So it has its own gravity. And when I hit its gravity, I flipped over. And if I had realized what was happening at the time, I could have hit my down thrusters to get to that little orbiting planet.
Okay, so you can land on the...
You could try to land on it because your gravity just flipped. So it's all about it's visiting the planets. There's some dangers. There's no combat or anything that I've discovered. It's more about exploration and discovery. You have a translator for an ancient civilization's language that you see their writing and you translate it. And really, from what I can determine I've played a few hours already, and it's one of those games that really and I just saw a path I didn't notice before as we're watching this. It's really all about like translating the alien language and figuring out what did they do, and maybe trying to solve the mysteries they were trying to solve, because they're not around anymore. These creatures, whatever, or this ancient alien race.
Yeah.
And of course, you're doing it all in the time span of waking up and whatever you can get accomplished before the sun goes supernova again.
Okay, so you got and basically you have to try to get through. So you can essentially, once you can finish the whole game in that 20-minute span.
Well, that's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming you're basically discovering maybe the source of what's causing the supernova and the time bubble, whatever you want to call it, right? For those watching, the sun's actually going supernova right now, which is really cool. I deliberately stayed on this planet to watch it go supernova. I wanted to see it happen. And then once it actually goes supernova, the screen goes white, and it's a really cool feature in this game. This game is actually remembering everything you did since the last time you woke up, and it replays it super fast. You're going to see it right here on video. You're going to see the replay of everything you just did in that session, right? So I guess I don't know if it's every minute or so, it's screen saving what you've done.
Okay.
It's really cool. You're actually replaying your life as you kind of wake up. It is a really neat and unique game.
It's very interesting. You're going to find out too that you've left a light switch turned on or something like that back at your base camp, and that's what caused the sun to go supernova.
Well, I think from what I've determined so far, there's alien races that were doing like experiments or something. And I think it's all has to do with whatever they've done. And every time you discover something more, maybe you go further into the planets, and because you can travel through the solar system.
Yeah.
To planets, to moons, to orbiting rocks, to whatever. If you can land on it, you can visit it. You know, it's cool. And even the planet you start on has multiple places. If you can just kind of orbit around the planet, like, oh, there's something I should go check out, and you land and go check it out. You know, so it's all exploration and it's all investigation, and that's really what it seems to be. There's no combat. There's no. It doesn't seem like you can just die. Although there is, you can die because there's something called ghost energy or something that will kill you. But again, it's one of those things. If you die, you just wake up again and restart your cycle.
Yeah, that seems convenient.
It's for lack of a better term, it's kind of a roguelike game.
Yeah,
but
you don't hate it, which is odd,
right? Because it's not like you're not dying because of skill. Just the game itself is cycling, and you are retaining everything you've learned up until that point, and then you move on from there. So it's cool. I thought it was very unique, and I'll probably go back to it after I probably finish the next game, which just released, I believe, this week, or I think it was just this Tuesday. Yep. Journey to the Savage Planet. And I believe you both you and I are playing this game.
Yes.
So I received a PS4 download code to review this game. I'm loving this game. Journey to the Savage Planet is it's another. You are from Earth, but you've landed on AR-7, I don't know, some
26, ARY-26.
Thank you, ARY-26 planet, and you work for this organization or this. It's a futuristic, very very hilarious. I don't know. It's a funny game, but it's all about exploring the planet and not dying. You know, this one does have combat. And you start the game with nothing, and you have to gather resources and then go 3D print them. You have to 3D print everything you need in your ship.
Right.
The AI that goes along with you, that's in your ship and sort of in your ear, is freaking hilarious.
I absolutely love the humor in this game. Yeah. Even like the first thing, like you find the puffer birds.
Yes.
Which is the first enemy you get to see, and
I love how you have to kick them into these plants that eat them.
You have to kick, you have to do that, or just to kill them. Like they're so cute. You don't have to kick those in, by the way. You can also throw the grog that's in your hand, which is basically they'll run after that. That attracts them.
The grog attracts them. But sometimes those plants are up top, so you do have to kick them in.
Oh no, you can throw the grog up there. They'll fly up there. They're birds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, they'll climb up there.
Well, I had found one early in the game that was way up high, and sort of you had to lure the birds in because they were nowhere around. So I had to lure one close by, and then I just kicked it in. It's hilarious that you kick them in, this thing sucks them, you know, it just grinds them. That's the kind of humor in this game. It's just, I don't know, it's hilarious.
Yeah, you can, and you're scanning everything, like it has that No Man's Sky vibe because you're scanning every piece of plant, and you actually that is your job. Your job is to
catalog the planet.
Yeah, your job is to find a planet that will sustain life.
Yes.
And so you're there and you're cataloging every piece of grass, every animal or creature that there is in there.
Yes.
And it's giving you it's filling up your index for you, and so you've got to do that while trying to find a way off the planet, because you've crash landed on the planet and you can only get off the planet by researching things in order to repair your ship.
Yes, right. You're basically trying to repair your ship, upgrade your equipment, get better jetpack, get better weapons, that sort of thing. And you also have to eat this goo that you find, which strengthens you. But I love how they explain it. Well, congratulations, you're stronger, but that goo you're eating has turned into rock hard tumors in your body.
Yeah. Like your body is now stronger, but that is because the goo has transformed your bones into stone tumors.
That's right. The game is hilarious. I am loving this game.
Have you died yet?
I haven't.
Okay, so here's a fun bit.
I
So when
almost
you die,
died because of the stupid, I don't know, the things that spin after you with the tail.
Oh, yeah, the octopus
No,
in the skies.
no.
The
thing, the ground, they kind of look like, they have 4 legs, like lizards.
Yeah, man pikers or something like that, or pike banders? Pike banders.
Maybe, yeah, they look like lizards with this tail, and they actually roll like a ball towards you, and then or swat you with your tail, or throw rocks at you.
Yeah, so I've died a few times, and so when you die, you're reconstituted at the last. There's transporters, and you're reconstituted at the last transporter or back on your ship.
So I've died by falling off the cliff.
Now, do they pick you back up and drop you back on the thing? Because those little
they drop you back right from where you fell.
So yeah, you haven't actually died. You've been rescued by that, so it didn't actually kill you.
That little robot thing. But you lose life when that happens.
You do. So you when you die, you're reconstituted, and it's hilarious. Particularly the first time, as your AI is explaining what's happened.
Okay.
And I don't want to spoil that for you because it is just a fun, because of the humor in the game. It is a fun thing. So I'll let you experience that the first time you die.
Okay.
But then you have to go back and find your stuff.
Oh, because I was reading through the achievements, and there's an achievement to scan your body.
Right. Yeah. So your body's still there. So, but it is very funny. Like when you have to go and find your stuff, and your body's there. And if you find your body, it gives you the option to bury yourself.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
And it sets up a little digital tombstone for you too, with a number. Oh. So if you're going back through, it's like, oh, there's body number 6 that I buried.
Oh, that's great.
It is fun, but yeah, I don't want to. The first time you die, it's the AI has a really fun conversation with you about the reconstitution process, and it is entertaining.
The whole game is entertaining.
Yeah, all of the creatures, even the deadliest ones, are cute. They're fun. It's fun. The humor in the game is really fun. It looks great. Very nice, fun, cartoony game.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm really enjoying the platforming to it, and it's just enjoyable.
I am enjoying the platforming. Some of it can be tricky. My personal little beef with it, and it's just minor, is some of the platforming. The problem is, like, you don't have a shadow, so you don't really know where you're going to land. And that I have an issue with that, because it takes too long to look straight down. You can look straight down, but it takes too long to do that, to reposition to look down, to actually see where you're landing. And some of the ledges, in order for the platforms that take you like up the side of a mountain, are really small, and your jetpack kind of makes you go. Your double jump, I'm going to call it, because you're double jumping with a jetpack. It sometimes makes you go a little bit too far, and you can't quite tell where you're going to land. And I have a little issue with that.
Particularly if you fall, like you've gotten up to the top of the thing and then you fall all the way
back down, which has happened to me before.
Yeah.
Luckily, with the jetpack, normally if you fall too far, you're going to die.
Yeah.
But if you're falling towards the ground, just before you hit the ground, you can hit your jetpack, and you kind of do a double jump, and you just land slowly.
Yeah, it'll land you before you hit the ground and make a splat.
Right. But yes, fantastic game. What I love about this, Tycko, is you can explore a lot of the planet to begin with, but there's also a lot of places you can't get to until you discover better weapons and better utilities.
Yeah.
Right? So it's one of those explore everywhere, but come back because
you're going to be able to find something later. Like when you get when you don't start off with the jetpack boost.
No. In fact, you don't even start off with your weapon. Right.
Yeah, so like you have to find these things, and you have to find the schematics and the alloys in order to build these things.
Yeah.
I'm just really enjoying the game overall. It's a lot of fun. I'm at the second boss of the game right now.
Yeah, so you were I didn't realize, I haven't gotten to a boss yet, so I didn't realize there was a boss.
Yeah, so there's
tell me a bit about these. Are they hard? Are they
They're going to make the same thing as you would in Zelda or any of those sort of things. It's going to make use of the most recent thing that you've just figured out how to do.
Okay.
or something that you're about to like get as a full piece. Um, it's they're not terribly difficult. Like the boss I'm on right now, like I've died a couple of times trying it, but it's moreover that I've like the same thing. Like you're jumping from platform to platform trying to shoot an enemy, and
Right.
as you go, and I've gotten like I've almost gotten all the way through. The first boss I killed on my first try.
Oh, that's
And,
good.
and
Okay.
these are bosses. They're just larger creatures that are set up in areas that block you from progressing
Okay.
until you've killed them. So it's you'll know, like you can't, like you once you as you if you're following along the thing, you'll know exactly when you get to where you need to be.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
It is full co-op as well. The entire game, it can be done in two-player in co-op.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
I have not played co-op, obviously, because we have it on separate systems.
yeah.
Now, this was not on Xbox. This was not a Game Pass game, was it?
No, there were rumors that this was going to be a Game Pass title. So much so that I waited until actual release, until it actually came out, just in case, like it was going to come to Game Pass. And there was some notes from Typhoon, the dev, that no, it is not a Game Pass title at launch.
I knew nothing about this game before release. I don't even recall hearing anything about this game.
So this one here was on my radar, and the only reason is they showed off this trailer shortly before or shortly after at E3 when they showed off the Outer Worlds. Wild Worlds? What's the one that we like? Outer Worlds.
My game of the year.
Right.
Which just announced it's coming to Switch in March.
Oh, good for the Nintendo people.
Yeah, exactly.
But this one was showed off as part of that initial package when they showed off the Outer Worlds. With clip package, this one was shown like shortly after it on there, and it almost, because of the style and humor of the game, if you're not paying that, it may have blended together. Like I know it's a different game when you actually, but like the teaser package, teaser package for this might get confused into a teaser package for something like for Outer Worlds. I love these commercials.
Oh my gosh, the commercials in the game are great. This game, you know what? Everything about this game is just so worth experiencing.
And it is a reasonably priced title too. This is $33
Canadian.
Canadian. So
that's fantastic. What is it? 25 American?
It's got to be 25 American then, yeah.
That is a bargain. Like this game is well worth the time. It is hilarious. It plays really well. Besides my little gripe of not being able to see kind of where you're landing very well. But I'm having an absolute blast with Journey to the Savage Planet. Definitely check this out. The price point is fantastic. You can't go wrong. It's wonderful. It really is.
Really fun game.
So a couple of things I want to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about them.
This week I got invited to two things on your side of the world.
On my side of the world?
Yeah, the Xbox world.
Well, I also was invited to this.
Xbox game streaming beta is now available in Canada, which allows you to stream your Xbox to your mobile device, and it works fantastic. What? I was like, I can't believe I'm looking at my Xbox on my phone.
Yeah. So I actually, to give you, I actually went out and bought a little clip-on thing for my Bluetooth controller to hold my phone.
Oh yes, I want one of those.
Yeah, it was cheap. It was just a plastic thing on Amazon. It was like $10, and yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I need to grab one of those. And then, a few days later, I got an invite to Project xCloud beta.
Yes.
Which I believe you did as well, same day.
Yeah.
And so I immediately said, okay, great. I was at work. I got the invite at work. I'm like, oh, crap. Okay, open up my phone, turn on. I have controller in my computer bag at work, so I turn the controller on. It immediately pairs with my phone. And I launch the Xbox streaming beta, and you now have the choice of streaming either your Xbox or the xCloud beta. Yeah. And so I launched xCloud, and holy crap, I'm scrolling. There's got to be like 100 games in there.
It's a lot of stuff. I thought that they had a very small sample size for.
I thought it was Halo and like Forza.
Yeah,
right?
and there's a ton of games in there that you could play on the go without having to have it. This is
And without
without
owning
having to
the
have an
game.
Xbox.
And without owning the game,
Yeah,
right? I launched Darksiders 3 at
yeah,
work on a 5 megabit per second download. And it launched, and I was playing it with the Xbox controller on my phone. Now, granted, the 5 megabits down that we have our crap internet at work was not enough to really handle the game fully. It was a little choppy. You could hear the music was chopping, and then
yeah,
the gameplay itself was not as responsive. Well, it wasn't responsive enough to actually play. You definitely need probably 10 megabits down minimum to stream it, but
yeah.
it works, Tycko.
I tried it on 3G, and it was absolutely flawless on 3G.
Yeah,
Like,
my mind was blown, to be honest
yeah,
with you. It really was. Like, this is fantastic. And if that is the quality they're already getting now in the beta, I
yeah,
guarantee you this Project xCloud, as we move closer into it, they're going to merge that. Like, I cannot see them not merging that with Game Pass.
yeah.
Right?
It's gonna be a part of that thing, and that seems to be the direction they're going with that. It's gonna be Game Pass. It's
Yeah.
gonna be Netflix style gaming moving forward, and I love the idea that you can do this on your phone. You can do this with a tablet if you have. It's an app, so it's app based. You can do that. You can download that on any laptop, on any TV that has the ability to do that. Fire sticks, any of those things.
Yet
And you
I'm
plug
wondering
this in
if
and
there's
you can play wherever you want.
I wonder where I think the beta is only iOS and Android, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So,
Actually, only Android.
oh, is it only Android?
Yeah, the
So,
iOS people, I remember seeing some complaints that why not Apple? What do you guys have against Apple? So it has not come to. It's just on Android at the
it's
moment.
like, well, have you met Microsoft and Apple?
Yeah, well, I mean they get along just fine. They're just not rushing to develop
know.
for something they don't need to.
But yeah, it works great. I wonder if, like, the smart TVs. So I have a smart TV now with my 4K, and I'm wondering if game streaming app will come to, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't see why it wouldn't, and I don't see why you couldn't even. I mean, it's an Android app, so basically the same functionality on your phone. It should be available on your television.
Right. I agree. Or I wonder if eventually we get to that place, sort of after Xbox Series X, when it's 100% streaming only, in the world where that's just all it is. I wonder if Xbox will have sort of an Apple TV style device that just sits, or even an HDMI Xbox stick.
Like a Fire Stick or
Yeah.
something like the Chromecast. Like there will be that'll be the Xbox in 5 years, 10 years from now. Will just be
10 years from now. I would give it 10 years from now. 8 to 10 years from now, your Xbox will just be an HDMI stick. Or some device you just plug into your HDMI, and that's your Xbox, and that has Bluetooth to the Xbox controller, and you play your games.
Yeah.
But yeah, already, and it's only beta. It is flawless, providing you have enough speed, a good connection. But it works fantastic, and I was thrilled. I was absolutely thrilled.
Like with this little bracket I've got on my controller, it plays so comfortably. Like just to hold that there, just to play a game. It
would be comfortable. Now, I mean, some of the text can be like, what is that? I can't see what that says,
Yeah.
As little prompts come up telling you what to do, you're like, what?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do need to have, better vision. But then if that's the case, then play on a tablet and not on your phone. Right? Like get yourself a larger tablet, Android tablet to play on.
The other thing I noticed too is sorry, I got ice in my mouth now and it's really cold. The other thing I noticed is that even if you put the controller down and touch the screen, you suddenly have on-screen controls.
Yes.
Which are terrible. Don't get me wrong. Like, I hate on-screen controls. They never work right. They're they're too sensitive.
Your giant thumbs are in the way of important data.
And they're way too sensitive.
Yeah.
I go to turn left and the camera turns left and up. Like, so,
yeah.
But yeah, no, they have on-screen controls too. Not that I recommend doing it, but I'm impressed, Tycko. I am really impressed, and I'm really thrilled to be able to test this.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, and I'm I'm looking forward to playing that more. Like I've actually been bringing this with me when I go to pick the wife up from work, and I'll sit there and I'll
Just
play
play.
it in the parking lot while I'm waiting for her.
Nice. All right. Let's move on to another episode of D.E.A.D, shall we?
We shall.
All right. Previously on D.E.A.D. Finally escaping the confines of their dungeon cell, our intrepid adventurers found themselves in a hallway with multiple strange levers. Tycko's curiosity got the better of him as he pulled one of the levers, only to have a stone from the ceiling fall down and injure him. Meanwhile, after carefully opening the door to the guard's room, Sean found the room empty, save for a single friendly stranger. And now, the continuation.
Dungeon Explorer's Adventuring Department, how may I direct your call?
So there we are. We are entering a third, or I'm in a third room. And I think, Tycko, you're still on the floor from being bonked in the head.
I'm just like, why? Why me?
Why? That's right.
Constantly.
So we didn't get to introduce the third room, so let's introduce the third room now.
Upon entering the guard's quarters, you see a table, 107, oven, 207, shelf, 607, and cupboard, 307 to your left, and a barrel, 507, as well as a door, 707 to your right.
All right, so that's where we are. And of course, we have met Edric, who is the stranger who called me into the room. And I believe, Tycko, I think I start because you pulled the lever and that was the last action.
I got hit in the head. That was the last thing. So you please go ahead. I am
definitely going to go talk to this guy. And so let's talk to Edric, which is number 407, and see what he has to say.
Are you exploring this location for the first time? If so, then read entry 468. If not, read on here. Edric greets you.
We're exploring the location for the first time, so we have to read 468 first.
Yes.
All right.
Interesting.
468.
You approach the man warily. He smiles at you broadly. All of the guards suddenly fled the dungeon in a panic last night. Who cares why? One of them dropped this yellow potion. The label says it's Aqua Regia. It melts gold. It sounded almost too good to be true, so without further ado, I tried it on the lock of my cell. I sprinkled just a few drops on the golden metal, and it immediately began to dissolve. And here I am now, searching for something to make up for my imprisonment before I make my escape. You eye him with interest. So what have you found so far? Edric pulls an assortment of items out of his bag. See for yourself. Maybe there's something you might find useful? If there is, then I'd be happy to sell it to you. After all, I have to think of the time after my captivity, don't I? Then he gives you a wink. To purchase a medical herb, return 1 coin to the box and take adventure card 18. To purchase a ring, return 2 coins to the box and take adventure card 19. To purchase a bronze key, return 1 coin to the box and take adventure card 20. You can purchase as many items as you can afford. You can talk to Edric at any time to make another deal.
Okay, so we have a single coin.
Yes. So we can buy a medical herb, which will just heal us a little bit, I think. And I'm the only one who's taken any damage. I don't think I've taken enough damage to have to worry about it just yet.
Right. Or we can buy a bronze key, which we already have.
Yeah, we have one of those. Like, I imagine you don't need a second one, because...
I'm sure we don't need... I want that stuff that melts gold lots.
I know. What's the price point on that?
Can't I... Oh, dude, come on. I want to...
Well, because there's 2 doors with gold locks in this room that I'm standing in.
Exactly. All right, so, I mean, I can talk to him again, because that was not our first time there.
Yeah.
But it's your turn. So what are you doing?
Let's just keep yanking on these levers.
Are you
605.
serious? No, come on, dude.
Listen, one of them has to be good. You're
going to pull on another... I just got hit in the head, but let's pull another lever.
Yeah, 605. Let's pull that one.
You're just determined to die, aren't you?
You tried pulling the lever down, but it won't budge. Maybe it's rusty.
It's rusty, Tycko. It's a rusty lever.
Okay.
Right, that's the lever that looks like a staircase symbol beside it.
Yeah.
I wonder what that... All right, so... I don't know. I'm going to check that cupboard. Maybe there's something in the cupboard. Maybe there's more of that gold melter enough. So I'm going to move over to 307. Oh yeah, I didn't move you over to 605. So there you go. There, you're on 605 now.
I was okay with standing there in case something else fell. I was going to
exactly. All right, 307 is the cupboards. 307. Hey, 307 is the address I grew up in as a kid. 307 McNabb Street. Anyway,
well, if that's actually the front entrance to 307 McNabb Street,
this is it. This is the portal. This is the portal to my home. Yeah. All right, here we go.
There's nothing in the cupboard but cleaning utensils. The broom might come in handy, though. Take adventure card 17.
A broom! Tycko!
Let's
broom
use
can be used
to
on
tidy up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Or
401.
That, yeah.
We have a simple wooden broom. I wonder if we can use that on 401.
All right. Can I borrow your broom? Just bring me over. I'm going to borrow the broom from you. Say, hey, I found a broom.
All right.
I'm going to run, pick up the broom from you.
Okay. And you're running over here. Hi, I take a broom. All right. All the way back. All the way through there. And into 401.
Yeah. So let's do whatever broom plus 401 is.
17401. 17401. Ooh, let's see what this does.
The broom is too slick. You cannot use it to grasp whatever's down there.
Ah, of course. We need something graspy.
A graspy
thing. All right. Well, we got a broom there's a shelf up there as well, 607. That's way up high. I'm a tiny little meeple. I wonder if I can reach 607. I'm going to try.
Climb the cabinet.
All right. I'm going to climb the cabinet. All right, there. I'm up there. All right, I made it. Precariously, I'm standing on top of the cabinet.
You climb up onto the table and reach the top shelf on the wall to the left. As you fumble around, your hand closes around a coin. Take adventure card 21.
I have another coin.
Of course you have more money. Why wouldn't you have more money?
Well, I mean, I get money, you get bonked in the head.
All right.
All right. So
all right.
I'm going to grab another coin. So just so you know, we now have 2 coins.
Yes.
We have 2 coins, which is actually very easy for me to show on screen right now by doing this. Oh, that didn't work. No, it's not working. Never mind.
So not so easy.
No, apparently not.
With all your riches,
there we
still
go.
Failed.
We have 2 coins.
Oh, okay. I guess now you have not failed. All right. I would like to come back into the room with you.
Oh, you're coming into the room?
I'm coming into the room. I've stopped pulling levers and trying random stairs. I'm going to check out that 507. I'm hoping that that's like a sticky tar-like substance that we can coat the broom in.
Behind Edric there.
Okay.
Over to 507.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's like a tar-like substance I can put on the broom.
All right, 507. Here we go.
You make out a big barrel with a tap stuck in it at the back of the room. Could that... Red wine splashes out onto the floor when you turn the tap on. You quickly kneel in front of it and gulp down a few mouthfuls.
Now you're getting drunk.
Yeah.
So at least the bump on your head it doesn't hurt anymore.
It's painkiller is what this is.
All right. Well, let's see. We've got a couple of more minutes, so I might as well.
You got a couple of things on the table there.
Yeah,
and then,
I think I'm going to check.
I
think I'm going to check the table. So I'm going to hop back down, onto the table.
This will be like a gold bar or something like that for you to add to your inventory, and then I'll get hit in the head with a plate.
Perfect. I'm checking 107 actually, not 207. Here we go.
Okay.
Stomach growling, you eye the almost empty plate on the table. There's only a tiny piece of cheese and a knife left on it. Edric clears his throat. I'm sorry to see you hungry, but the roast mutton was simply too tempting. Take adventure cards 24 and 52.
Oh, 24 and 52. I'm just getting everything, Tycko.
A knife and cheese. I think you're going to be over encumbered soon.
Wait, do you even have any adventure cards?
I have nothing.
No. So I got 24, which is a knife, and I think it said 52. That's quite a ways down the list here. Wow. I'm really jumping ahead in the game here. 52. It's a piece of cheese. I've got a knife and a piece of cheese.
All right.
And just so we see what this says, a small metal knife. That is what we've got here.
Okay.
And the piece of cheese says free action. You may eat this piece of cheese during your turn to heal 1 health point. When you do, return this adventure card to the box. So, Tycko, we've got some cheese just in case I get hit in the head with something.
Well, but maybe I could be fine. Whatever. I'm going back out to the hall and checking out 405. I'm looking up the stairs.
All right, back out here to the hall, 405, and I think this will be our last move for the day. Checking out 405, which is the stairs, and then we'll call it a night.
All right.
You go up the stairs of the middle passageway and find yourself in a long corridor. You sense danger ahead, but keep going. What could possibly happen? You stride on boldly, and the corridor soon begins to widen again. After a few more steps, you spot a mighty portal. Take room card D and place it above room card C.
Ooh.
Then place your character figure on room card D and read entry D.
Well, we've discovered a new room, so what a perfect place to end today's show. Okay, so we're going to have a new room next week, and let's just review what we've got. If we remember, if you can look at the strange map down below, we can see that we have 3 cards sprawled out, which I think is that middle row. You've just gone up, which is where the other card is, and if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be another key in that room, unless we're not looking at the correct part of the map. So
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. And the bottom of the map says caution. So I'm wondering if there's going to be 2 more cards below us. And I'm not quite sure where they're going. There's no other passageways.
But this looks a corner, a fourth of the map.
Right. And there is still 707, the door behind Edric there.
There's 707. There's a door there. We have that stove to look in still, and then there is a lever I have not tried to pull yet.
There is another lever if you want to pull another lever. All right. Well, that is the end of D.E.A.D for this week. So tune in next week to find out what happens next. All right, Tycko.
I didn't get hurt that time.
You didn't, but you also didn't get healed. I've got I've got money.
Yeah, but you're gonna be over encumbered, and so you're not gonna be able to do anything. It'll be like you're carrying too much stuff to do that action, and that's what it's gonna constantly say to you for the rest of the game now because you have too many things.
Yeah, well, we've got it. So we gained another coin. We gained a broom, a knife, and some cheese.
Yeah.
A cheesy cheese. I like cheese. Cheese is good.
Money, cheese, knife, broom.
All right. Stab Tycko with a knife. That's my next action.
It's not. There's no card that allows you to do that.
I wonder if I can combine the knife with Edric. Would that kill him?
You could maybe combine the knife with the broom.
Just gonna make a weapon. All right. Anyway, let's talk about television and movies before we get off topic here. So this week, I think we should just start with the biggest one.
All right.
The
Disney
Arrow
Plus. Oh.
Arrow series finale. Arrow is done, and it kind of what I liked about the Arrow. I don't want to give spoilers. Well, I don't even know if this is going to be a spoiler or not, but maybe not. I like how Arrow showed the status of the new world after the crisis.
Yeah.
Because a lot has, things have changed. People have come back that were previously dead. And you find out why, and you find out who. And I thought it was really well told. I thought it was a fantastic ending to the series.
It felt very satisfying. It allowed us to sort of mourn with the characters, mourn Oliver with the characters in the show. Well, it was still showing us where they're going on after this.
Yeah.
Without us having to have them in a show later. Like we know what their next steps are going to be, and I felt it was a very satisfying finale.
I agree, and you know what? I'm not ashamed to say that. I found it very emotional. I thought it was so well written.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me, emotionally, and I don't know why. I don't know why, because I don't know if it was meant to be emotional, but the scenes with Felicity realizing that Mia, like older Mia, who Sarah brought back for the funeral, brought back from 2040, was her daughter, her grown up daughter, and there's something about those scenes that was just so emotional to me. You know?
Yeah, it was a nice touch, because she got to see her and got to see how she
grows up. Yep.
How she grows up, and well, still like showing her struggling with whether or not she wanted to meet her daughter growing up, because she was still raising her as a child.
Exactly. What a fantastic story. A really, really nice way to end it. I was a little disappointed, to be honest, that the funeral didn't have more people from the Arrowverse. Yeah. Like Ray. Where was Ray Palmer? I mean, Ray knew him just as well as anyone else.
Yeah.
You know,
where was Superman and Lois Lane?
Well, see, I get Superman and Lois. They don't really know Oliver. Kara and Barry, of course, they know him. Ray knows him because Ray started on Arrow.
Well, no, I get that, but like, you know, like you're all part of the, you know, the new, you know, Justice League and everything like that. You figure like everybody should show up. Like you were a part of that fight with him.
Yeah,
you know, Black Lightning. You figured that guy would show up to the funeral at least.
I get it.
I get the crossovers done, and they didn't have the ability to do that anymore. I understand that
from the people who actually knew Oliver. Yeah, I think really the only person left out was Ray Palmer.
Yeah,
I think Ray Palmer should have at least been there. Of all the people who actually knew Oliver and, you know, basically experienced life with Oliver. Because Ray Palmer was introduced on Arrow for several years before he went on to Legends.
Before he went to Legends, yeah.
Right? So, I mean, I thought it was great that Kara and Barry were there. I thought it was a fantastic ending to what had, you know, 8 years ago, the Arrowverse started with this one little show. And look how big it is now. You know, do we talk about the ending?
Two new shows starting up.
Yeah, 2 new shows, Lois and.
Okay, we say yeah. We got Lois and Superman, as well as the Green Arrow and the Canaries. Those 2 shows are starting up, coming from this.
Yes.
We say the word spoilers will happen in the next 5 seconds, and we wait 5 seconds, and then we talk about the spoilers. So 5 seconds. If you don't,
how long?
Plug your ears.
Okay, you know what? We're going to give 2 minutes to spoilers. So, starting now, go ahead 2 minutes if you don't want spoiled. Okay, starting now. So, at the end, something falls from the sky right in front of Diggle, which is very obviously the Green Lantern ring.
Yes.
What's happening there?
Well, so there's been a lot of speculation, because during the episode it talks that he, you know, they're all going their separate ways. There's no more crime.
Yeah.
You know, crime all of a sudden has stopped. That was
in
part
Star
of, I
City.
guess, in Star City. That's part of, I guess, Oliver's deal with the universe or something like that. The people that he wanted to have come back, and part of the deal, I guess, is crime just stopped. So people are leaving now because there's no need for crime fighters in a crimeless city. Yes. So John and Lila are moving to Metropolis.
Right, and I'm hoping he becomes either a character or a recurring character on Superman.
Yes.
But I'm wondering if he's going to be Green Arrow or Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, yeah. Whether or not he takes up the mantle of the Green Lantern, which has long been mentioned, talked
rumored. Well, there's been clues all the way through the series.
Yeah.
That he's related to or will become Green Lantern.
Yeah,
right? There's always been clues.
I do hope that they do something with that. I would love to see.
Me too.
The Green Lantern in this universe, as well. I think it would be fun. I think it would be a fun thing to see. I know that there is the Hulu. Is it the Hulu show?
Yeah, Hulu is supposed to have a Green Lantern Hulu like a show. So I'm wondering how, you know, what are the deals there? How can we have Green Lantern and Arrow if they're gonna unless he's going to Hulu?
Or, I mean, there are multiple Green Lanterns. There are multiple people who have held the mantle of Green Lantern. So we did see there are some other Earths still out there.
Yes.
Right, so there can be the Green Lantern Hulu show can be a different Green Lantern on a different Earth.
All right, that's time. That's been 2 minutes.
That was close.
That was
Just
close.
got that in.
The one thing, which isn't a spoiler, the one thing I am disappointed in is, remember last week's episode where we learned that Dinah, after the funeral, just woke up in the future. She doesn't know how she got there.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see her like mysteriously disappear.
Well, she did disappear.
No, they drove away. She drove away on the bike. That's it. We didn't actually see her disappear.
That wasn't Dinah. That was Laurel who drove away on the bike.
No, that was Dinah. She got on a bike and drove away.
I thought that was Laurel on the bike with the helmet. Oh.
So I was disappointed we didn't see some mysterious flash of light with Dinah. You know what I mean?
We will. I'm sure that will be in one of the mysteries.
That'll be in the Canaries. What happened there.
Yeah.
Another huge finale that I don't want to spoil, but I will say that the Good Place finale, 4 years, fantastic finale.
I really enjoyed this. Most of this season, I was hemming, a little hemming about. Like most of this season, I felt was just okay. It didn't have the same.
I actually enjoyed this season. Yeah,
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I'm saying it didn't feel like it had the same vibe that the early seasons, the same comedic vibe that the early seasons. The finale, however, I will say I really enjoyed it, and it was a great finale.
What I love, I honestly think The Good Place from start to finish was absolutely so well written. I loved, like, it was a complete story. It wasn't just your standard sitcom. It wasn't just episode after episode. It told a story from beginning to end, where each season sort of like moved the story to the next chapter and then to the next chapter. And they had a very distinct start. They had a very distinct ending. And the journey of these characters from start to end was absolutely fantastic. And they were going on and on leading up to this, that it's going to be a satisfying ending.
Yeah.
And I really think it was.
It really was. Without spoiling anything, it's hard to talk about it.
I agree. I wanted to say that it was so well written. It was emotional. I'm very, very happy with the way it ended. I love this show. I've loved it since day one. I was sad to hear it end, but I gotta be honest. Now that it has ended, and that ending was so satisfying, I'm okay that it's done.
I'm glad that they were able to tell their story and end it the way they wanted to, not because an exec decided it was ending after 5 or 6 seasons, or they stretched out too far and it lost viewership or anything like that. I'm glad that it was able to, they told their story in the 4 seasons that they wanted to tell their story. They told a great story, a very, very satisfying ending. Again, hard to discuss any further than that without spoiling stuff.
We won't spoil The Good Place if you're watching it. And it's I was surprised it was a 52-minute episode, which is even odd that's more than an hour episode.
Yeah, because if you add
more like an hour episode is usually 42 minutes.
This was like a supersized episode, like an hour 10 minutes.
Yeah, it must have been because total without commercials is 52 minutes. So satisfying, like really, it really was.
Yeah.
So yeah, The Good Place is over. Arrow finale. Arrow is over. Supernatural is ending soon.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff ending, which means we're gonna see a lot of stuff being added onto the slate. There's some new comedies I know starting. There's some new shows starting. Some stuff is good. Some stuff is horrible. One of the new ones that we both watched.
The Spy Games.
Spy Games. This is a reality show.
Yeah, a reality competition. It's a competition show, but the competitors are being challenged to basically essentially be spies. Right? They're going through these competitions that are with doing like learning spy techniques like lock picking, and then they had a challenge where they had to get they had to learn 3 different types of locks and practice it, and then they were given a challenge where they had to crawl through this sewer grate, unlock a padlock, and then first they had to unlock handcuffs.
Yeah, handcuffs.
Then they had to unlock a padlock to get through the sewer grate. Then they had to unlock a deadbolt to get out. And they had to do it. And several people couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So they're actually doing like spy stuff. The first episode, they were challenged with going into like basically infiltrating a party, a black tie party.
They were given a very simple task: go into this party, get a phone number,
and leave
and get out.
Yes.
And if you get extra points if you get that phone number without having to ask for it.
Exactly.
And it was really interesting to see the different takes on how people did that and how they were judged based off of that. Like the one guy was talked to a girl for like 30 seconds.
I think it was I think he said he was in and out in 15 minutes.
Yeah, like he talked to a girl, got her number, and left.
It didn't even ask for it either.
Didn't even ask for it. And then you had other people who were very calculated as to how they got their numbers. The one girl got like 50 numbers or something like that by posing as a fake event planner.
But she also lost points because she went too far.
Right.
Her objective was to get a number and get out. Period. Another one lost a lot of points, was singled out because she drew so much attention to herself. Same with another guy who had his pictures taken. So they are actually being judged by real life ex-CIA, like Secret Service, like these people who have been in the spy games.
In these things. I think there's an ex Israeli army interrogator.
Yeah.
CIA, actual spies.
The actual spies, people in this game who are judging them, and they're going to be teaching them these spy techniques. It's fun to watch, but I will admit, at times, it's kind of boring. It's not super exciting, I'm finding.
There are bits and pieces that I'm finding a touch boring, but I'm enjoying the spy bits, the challenge bits. I'm really enjoying that.
Yes.
The at the house stuff that they're doing is more Big Brother style, like arguments in the house as they're like in between challenges. It's people fighting with each other. They're also tasked in the house to try to find out as much information about each other as possible. So you're trying to gather information from your competitors without telling them anything about yourself as well.
Exactly. And there's certain questions about each competitor has there's a fact about them. You know, one of them's called Dr. Death. You got to figure out who is that, right? Yeah. And each person also knows what you're trying to find out. Mm-hmm. So somehow you got to figure it out based on things said. And I mean, it's interesting. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's only going to probably be like 10 episodes because there's only 10 contestants. Right. So it's going to be maybe even only 8 episodes.
Probably 8 episodes.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying that. It's called Spy Games. I enjoy these kind of, one-off, competition reality shows.
These are going to be things that you're going to see one and it's never going to get renewed. Like there was one last year, which was basically a high-tech game of tag. It was like tag crossed with the Hunger Games.
I don't recall that one.
Oh, I'll figure out the name of that one and let you know. But it was like a fun reality show type thing, and it went one season. It was a fun season, same sort of ideas and concepts, and it was really fun to watch. And but it only lasted the one season and then done. But I enjoy those sort of things when they happen.
Yeah, and I want to talk about one other reality competition show that was super fun to watch, and I absolutely loved it. Now, this is going back to like our days of recording Primetime. Now, Tycko, were you on Primetime when I talked about The Quest?
The Quest.
ABC's The Quest. It is a fantasy world that has been it's almost like playing a real life RPG. These contestants were thrown into this medieval fantasy world, and every day they're given a different challenge that was all fantasy based challenges. And
I have not heard of this.
There was an ultimate winner. You have to watch The Quest. It is absolutely fantastic. I loved it. But Disney Plus is going to be reviving it. There was no second season. It was one season only, which was really, really sad because honestly, I thought it was fantastic. It probably just didn't get the viewership. But the Disney Plus is going to be reviving The Quest. They have got a casting call now. They're looking more for teenagers this time. Before they were all like young adults, probably in their 20s-ish. But now they're looking for teenagers, but they're going to redo this show, this competition. Like I said, it's fantasy based. So it's like you're living in, King Arthur's court, that type of scenario. And everything about it, even where you're staying, where you're living, the clothes you're wearing, it's all based on that King Arthur's. It's a period piece competition show, reality competition, and you have to sort of be in character the whole time. It is so well done. It's really fun.
This sounds fun.
It is.
We've also got Mythic Quest starting soon.
Oh yes,
well.
Raven's Banquet.
Yeah,
that's the Ubisoft. The Ubisoft show, right?
Yeah, based on the guys who brought you It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
When does that start?
It is this week. It's in early February. Lock and Key kicking in on Netflix, at the end of this week. So we've got some good stuff. Hopefully, some good stuff. I mean,
well, now that Arrow and Good Place is gone, we got some room for new shows. But what we don't have room for is more show today.
What? We ran out of show?
We ran out of show.
All right.
So instead of continuing, you can follow the show on Twitter at the OMG Hour. You can follow me everywhere at Ziantane, and that is XIANTAYNE. If you're watching us here on the YouTubes, come on over, give us a like, subscribe, and comment. And click the little bell, then you'll know whenever we submit a new video, because we got some new content out there. So go check it out.
Yes, you can follow me at Mr. Second Place, and the YouTubes. You can go there, youtube.com/OMG Nexus for all of that fun new stuff.
Because if you're not watching us on YouTube, what are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
What? I'm watching us on YouTube right now.
All right. We'll be back again next week, folks.
Bye, guys.
This has been an OMGNexus.com production.